sure.
So we should be Delulu.
Delulu is the Salulu, and that has been my saying the whole way through.
It's new to people to podcasting, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's I'm not new to the guest, which in this case I am new.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's still always good to do like icebreakers.
Love that.
And I thought because today you're an artist, we could do like an art icebreaker.
Okay.
Yeah? Are you keen?
I'm open to it.
All right.
I'm intrigued.
I'm not very well prepared for this because I thought about it like as I was leaving my house.
No, that's okay.
Okay. So, because you're an artist, I thought we could do a little challenge.
Okay.
Now, I have an arts degree.
Okay.
But it's in film. So it's a very different kind of art to physical art.
Okay.
And that will be proven today. But I feel like I can give it a try.
We might both struggle with this, actually.
All right. So you're going to have one piece of paper and I'm going to have one piece of paper. And we're going to give ourselves, I don't know, how much time do people give it themselves? Like a minute, 2 minutes?
Depends what you want me to do.
All right. We're going to give ourselves 2 minutes, right?
Okay, 2 minutes.
We're going to do a portrait of each other. I'll draw you and you draw me.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll chat while we do it. We'll do
All right.
it. We'll get to know each other.
Why not?
And unfortunately, if at the end of this I'm the better artist, I think you're going to have to quit your job.
Honestly, that's how I felt on stage as well. I was like, if I can't prove that I can do this, it's going to be awkward.
It's because the thing is, right? It's like when people like, they're the ones judging you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of the things that we do as like people in the arts. It's like all based on judgment, not fact.
It's like if you're a comedian, they're like, all right, tell me a joke. And you're like, yeah, no, there's like something else that comes to this. It's not just like a clown who can just act on instinct. But
here I am being like art draw.
I can do that. So this works really well.
Okay. Would you like a pen or a marker?
Yes, please. Pen. Actually, marker. Give me a marker, please.
Of course, you're going to get the better one.
All
right, here you go.
Tar.
All right. I feel like, all right, we're going to draw it this way. We're going to draw it on the back of that one. I feel like this works. Would you like a book or something?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay,
Otherwise, you're going to get these lines.
I didn't bring a second one, so you know what? You'll get a minute to draw, and then I'll get a minute to draw. All right, okay. I'm going to shoot some questions at you. Try not to show me though.
Oh, okay.
The painting. All right, maybe I'll just face this way as well.
Oh.
All right. I'll put a timer on my phone, and I'm gonna shoot some questions at you for 2 minutes.
Well, I'm still going to need you to look at me, otherwise I'll be drawing the back of your head.
Oh, that's so good. That's fair enough.
Yeah. So if you just give me your side profile, and just keep what you're doing right now, that works.
All right, are you ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your name?
My name is Steph Hurdy or Stephanie Hurdy.
Okay, and what's your star sign?
Libra.
Sushi or pizza?
Sushi, fresh.
Ooh, so sushi fresh. What does that mean? Like,
obviously not old school. Like it's been sitting in the cooler for ages.
Oh yeah, well obviously. Oh, God. It's like saying chicken but not salmonella. Okay, movies or TV?
Movies.
What are you watching at the moment on Netflix?
I'm not watching on Netflix. I'm on Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
2 Broke Girls.
Good.
Yeah.
Comfort show?
Yeah, well, it's a new comfort onesie, and I just got through Friends. So she's my housemate and best friend. And so now we're watching 2 Broke Girls.
Nice. Did you like Friends?
It was the first time I'd actually ever watched it properly through.
Okay, yeah.
So that was quite interesting for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, and when you get to the end, you just kind of want to start it again, don't you?
Oh, by the end of it, I was so sick of Ross. I'm like, get it together.
Yeah, he's very, I don't know, for someone who got a very big lead, he's a bit questionable.
Oh, yeah, no. And I don't know, I probably sound a bit basic, but whenever I hear guys that are like, oh, Ross is the best one out of them all, I'm like,
who says that? I feel like a lot of people hate Ross.
I had a guy say that to me, and I'm like, red flag. Immediately red flag.
Oh, okay.
Because all I did was watch him just try and take away Rachel's opportunity for a career in France. I'm like, absolutely not.
Oh, God. I would never let someone stop me from going to Paris. It's like my ultimate country.
Oh.
Speaking of, what's your favourite country in the world?
I am a New Zealand girly. And
so as in like you're from New Zealand?
No.
Or you just want to be like...
I used to live there and I'm obsessed with New Zealand.
Oh, I've never been.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I think I like Perth, because a lot of Kiwis over here. So
oh, that's interesting. That's
best
good to know.
worlds.
That's good to know. Do you like fish and chips then?
Yeah, fish and chips is good.
Do you have any, like, what are the big differences between New Zealand and, like, Australia? Like, what's the best thing you like?
Mountains, obviously.
Mountains.
It's very flat here, especially in Perth. Like, I'm from South Australia originally, and it's just flat. And that's one thing that breaks me a little bit over here.
Oh, wow, okay.
I know, I was going to say, have I run out of time? Because I'm getting too stuck into detail.
Yeah, I was going to say your timer stopped.
Okay.
Should we go to this, or should we give you another minute?
Just let me get your silhouette, and then that way it actually looks like a person. And we'll get that in. I mean, you keep moving. You're as bad as my model was.
Sorry. You just asked me to stay still. That's the best thing I could do was ask you questions. And now I'm not asking you questions. I feel like I need to like fidget.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't talk while I paint or draw.
See, that was a
any of
bad.
that.
Yep. See, that was a bad start.
No, it's good because it's been testing my ability to multitask with my art and stuff. Whereas usually when I paint, it's like you go into a hyper focus and nothing sort of intervenes or interrupts that. So it's been fun trying to do both. Okay. I've got like a little bit now.
It's okay.
Cute. There's your ponytail. All right. Haven't got your eyes in, but we've got a face.
I mean, I was just like, why the hell is my ear so big? And then I realized it's because I'm wearing an earmuff headphone thing. This is so cute. All right. My turn.
All right.
Put that there. Give me this.
Do I get to ask you questions?
Sure, if you like.
Yeah, of course. I was going to say, we're not protecting your credibility as a drawer here.
Excuse me. I still have an arts degree.
It's true.
I gotta have some sort of credibility.
That's
okay.
Okay, so have you always lived in Perth?
Yeah, I have actually. I'm kind of boring like that.
Oh, fun. Do you travel much?
Not as much as I would like to. You know, I really want to go back to Europe, but that kind of shit costs money.
It costs so much, especially. Yeah.
No.
These times
Have you traveled much?
A little bit, not as much as I'd want to. So a lot around Australia, obviously New Zealand, and then, you know, just like the islands, like Polynesia and all that. And then a little like the UK, but that's about it really. How long have you been podcasting for?
Oh, like 2-3 years now.
Ooh, amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, it is what it is.
What's your favourite topic to go into? Like kink or?
Oh, honestly, just like I really like when people talk about what they're like, where they got to, like their journey. Like that's really interesting because I feel like we're all on like a different journey.
Yeah.
Kinks definitely because like I haven't really got a chance to yet. But when people like are really into like weird shit, I'm like, obviously it's not for me and that's fine. Like that's all for you because I don't want to kink shame. But it's like I just want to know what happened.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
It's so fascinating learning about other people's kinks. Like I'm a kink facilitator, so I really love learning about what interests you and intrigues you. And as long as it doesn't like cross a boundary for me, then I'm all for it. Like it's just brings me joy seeing other people's joy like that. Okay. Another question. Do you have time?
I've got 20 seconds.
You got 20 seconds. Okay.
I got 20 seconds. I spent so long on other things. Oh my God. This is oh my God.
That's the thing.
Do you want to count me down? I got 10 seconds now.
You got 11, 10, 9. It's like MasterChef.
No.
7, 6, 5, 4. What are you crossing in? 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Okay, you ready for this?
Show me.
Can you face the camera so you can? Okay, we get it. My time's up. All right. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Oh, that's beautiful.
Look at the comparison.
Like
it's
identical.
obviously you.
Look at you.
So I kind of decided to draw your mouth open first, as you can tell, but then
changed mine
last minute to your mouth shut because you had such a nice smile, but then I didn't do it justice.
This reminds me of yeah, no, that's beautiful. Modern art. You've got it.
Should I keep going?
Keep drawing?
Like, no, should I keep going in this field of art? Should I stick to like media?
You're coming for my job, so absolutely not. Like,
well, that's as we'll stick to as that's the reason why I shouldn't do it.
Exactly.
Can we hold up our photos?
Oh. Okay. So mine's only like a fine line piece.
Mine clearly has more like in it.
It's true. You've got more details.
I think this is the sign that I should be.
I know.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Yeah. All right. So now we've done that. Yep. You can tell us about your actual job. I saw you at Sexpo and I was like, yes, this is like amazing. Like she's done so much art. And I went twice up to your booth and you were so busy. And I was like, you know what? I believe in the timing of the universe. If it happens, it'll happen. And it didn't happen. And I kid you not, I was drafting a message to DM you. I just went off to do something else just because I was like, I think someone messaged me something else. So I was like, oh, I'll pay more attention to that. Yeah. And then as I came back to it, you already messaged me.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is this timing? What is this? But you do art and I was so intrigued by that. So do you want to tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, of course. So like I said before, my name is Steph Hurdy from Steph Hurdy Art. And I, for the last year, have been professionally doing this art thing and painting. I sold my first painting in June of last year.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As an artist, like, you just don't understand that sounds so small, but it's actually such a big thing when you put yourself out there and someone's willing to be like, actually, I kind of want to buy that.
It's really fun because this last year has been such a massive journey. That first piece was a sunflower piece.
Yeah.
So I paint nudes now, and that's all I hope to continue down the path of, exploring human form and kink and, like, you know, sexual expression in my paintings. But at the beginning, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I painted everything. I did sunflowers, I did landscapes, I did pet portraits, I did people portraits. And I just had the most random collection of paintings. Like, you couldn't tell that the same artist had done these.
And how long ago was this? Like, when did you first start painting?
Oh, like, I've been painting all my life. I just never did it professionally. It was one of those things that, even though I, like, for example, my year 12 art piece I sold at the art show, and my brain, or at least societally, you're trained to think, you know, this is a hobby. This isn't a career. It's not vocational. And so I use that money to fly to New Zealand and have that life over there instead of actually pursuing it. And I just always painted and drew, and then I did different jobs. Like, I was in teaching. I went and became an art teacher.
You give me major teacher vibes. This makes so much sense. Like, I don't know, just the way you're sitting, I feel like I need to, like, cross my legs. Like, I need to sit a little bit more proper in front of you.
Sorry,
Miss Head.
No, so I was in teaching for like a second, and then I went into mining. And I worked in mining for 5 years.
Wow.
And I actually left mining pretty much to the week a year ago.
Well, again, congratulations.
Yeah, it's incredible. And now I'm actually pursuing this. It was kind of that moment of, I'm almost 30. I'm in this job where I'm earning the most money I'll ever earn, and I'm miserable. So why not actually just give it a crack and do what I've always wanted to do? Like, if you ever have those moments where people are like, if money was no issue, what would you do with your life?
Yeah.
And my answer was always, I'd become a writer or an artist. And I had something happen last year where I just kind of went, absolutely not. I need to do what I want to do. And if it doesn't work, I can always go back to mining. But it's worked. And here.
Pursuing any sort of career when you're so used to the society is really daunting, especially if you're choosing a career within the arts, because the arts, everybody has something to say about it. It has no money. It's not like everyone else is like, someone else is the exception. But it's like, why can't we be the exception?
I think delusion is genuinely the solution. It has been what has gone.
So we should be Delulu?
Delulu is the Solulu. And that has been my saying the whole way through. But also the whole, what if I fall, but what if you fly? That has been.
I love that.
Yeah, that has been something I've had to tell myself over and over this past year. Like, I just had to believe that it was going to work.
Yeah.
And it has, and it's just really proven to me that, like, Delulu is the Solulu. Like, leaving 180K a year a job for a job that potentially would pay nothing. Like, you can't really do that on false hope. And yeah, I've just pushed for it and it's worked. Like, going away from painting everything under the sun, from like flowers to landscapes to pet portraits, and then going into nudes, that has been where I found my niche. That has been where I found my people. And it's also coincided with the time that I really became immersed into the kink and sex positive community of Perth as well, which was such a joy to find. It's actually quite big.
It's huge.
It's massive.
Before we get into that, how did you transition from, you know, sunflowers and all those little different things that you said you were painting to nudes that I'm so excited to show? So while you talk about this, I'm going to just...
Well, this one actually on top was my first one.
All right, this is a good one to start with. This is probably like one of my favorites. I'm obsessed with this color.
Thank you.
So how did you transition to nudes?
So it was really a natural progression. Like, it was just, I was finding no creative fulfillment or joy doing the other things. Like, I was getting paid to do commissions of these other things, but I felt like a printer and it was just soulless and empty. And then I just began this piece quite randomly. It was just following a curiosity. I was also stuck in a Euphoria, that horrible TV show, hole. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah, yep.
And not Euphoria.
Are these all real people, by the way?
Yeah, they are.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
My girlfriend who modeled for that just had her baby.
Oh, amazing.
And this one's me, so you're about to show everyone my boobs. I actually...
it's like almost to description of size.
And no, that one's great because it's actually like size proportional. So that first one, Euphoric Barbie, that was right when Barbie was coming out. So the pink really popped from that. But I originally just did the black and white nude and it looked dull. It just needed something else. And I'd like just come home from having a few wines and just was like, all right, I'm going to try something. I want these big gloopy drops of paint looking like it's falling onto her body. And it was either it can ruin it or it can make it. And it's actually been, that was the starting point for the drip down effect that I do on most of my nudes.
And now it's like kind of your signature.
Yeah, it's even on my logo.
No, I love that. And I think as an artist and like in any sort of field, you always kind of develop your niche and style over time.
Yeah.
And this is clearly something that's so creative and so like stands out because it at first it's like just a black and white nude, but then when you look at it, it's like actually there's a bit of color. And I love that this one especially, like I know it's of yours. I love like this is just the artist in me. Like I love that it's like a 3, like it's dripping on her.
Yeah.
In this or on you in
yeah.
this. Absolutely amazing. Now I definitely want one commissioned of myself. Like I was thinking, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do a cute one of like me and like my partner and like, you know, have some like hands like you have. But then I'm like, ew, why do I want one of him? Like I just want one of me.
And that's the best
Paint me
thing.
like your French girl.
Yeah, I will. It's actually been the best way of like really appreciating the body in all different forms. But for me personally, with that first painting, that's also of me, Euphoric Barbie, because I was my only model. I didn't have anyone else around. It was just me in my studio, which is in my house, just completely by myself. And now I'm so fortunate that I'm the last person that needs to model because I have so many different people who want to model for their own commissions or just are happy to pose for me. This next piece, Rainbow Girl, is actually of Z, who is flatmate best friend and the model that was up on stage with me at Sexpo.
Oh, amazing.
So she features in quite a few paintings now.
Yeah. So do you want to talk to us about Sexpo and like how that came about and what you did there? So this is a very interesting piece. I'm going to hold it up while you talk.
So Sexpo, I'd been on the market circuit, like, you know, family-friendly markets and everything. And as someone who's painting nudes, everyone was kind of scandalized.
You kind of have to hide like the more like erotic ones at the back.
I know. And it was great. Kids didn't sexualize it. Kids were curious. It was the parents that kind of got a bit chaotic.
They always are.
Yeah, I know. And Z had just come back from a dance class and was like, oh, Sexpo's coming back to Perth. You should apply for a booth. And I was kind of just wrote it off. I saw that the booths were pretty exy. But then I just thought, bugger it, what's the worst that can happen? Let's give it a crack.
You're investing in yourself, essentially.
And that's exactly right. I filled out a really haphazard form and Belinda actually got back to me pretty much that day. And from there it just unfolded. And
I love Belinda. She's so sweet.
Incredible, right? Yeah. So much energy. It's awesome. And Sexpo just became my focus and it was just my group of people, like it was my audience and it embraced my art so incredibly well and it was just, it was the most incredible experience. Like it was the biggest confirmation that I have made the right choice in this life and it's just having that much feedback and reassurance and interest and constructive criticism and as well as feedback. It was the best thing I could have done for my art. And the exposure was unbelievable. And then painting on stage in front of hundreds of people was humbling, scary, but also really fulfilling when I finished that piece on stage as well.
Like you think like the moments leading up to that point when you're on stage is so daunting.
Oh my God.
Like I cannot begin to express to you how much I look back at the moments before Sexpo and how panicked I was thinking about going on stage and how crazy I might have seemed to everybody around me.
Oh, yeah.
And then in that moment on being on stage, it felt like so normal. And then once you were off, I was like, that wasn't a big deal. What?
Oh, honestly, that first time I was so nervous because you've got the sound coming in from behind you as well. So it's like
so noisy.
It's like a weird echo. And also like watching paint dry is literally the thing used to describe something incredibly boring. So I'm trying to get people to stay and watch me paint.
Yeah. So were you talking during?
Yeah. So I luckily had a microphone and every session. So I did 4 sessions all up over the weekend, and every session I learned something new that worked better. Yep. So by Sunday we pretty much nailed it, and then it was over. But Z was my legend of a person to be with because one, she's my model. But she's also an exceptional dancer.
Yeah.
So rather than being a good model that sits still, she danced and twerked and demonstrated her ability. So it was an opportunity to expose what she could do to the audience as well.
Wow, that's really I love that cross collaboration.
And that's it. We work really well together. We're super fortunate to have one another. But it was just beautiful because then she'd get back into the pose that was of the painting and, you know, we could just play with each other on stage. And so if I was talking, she'd stop. And then if I was painting, she'd dance. So it just kept the audience a bit more engaged, which worked.
And now, like, you know, excluding Sexpo, is this kind of something that you think you might dabble into? Like these like live performance talk sort of art piece things?
Yes, actually. Well, I said to you, I have like a little bit of an announcement. It's not going to be so much.
Should we do it now? Should we wait till the end?
Well, okay, we'll wait till the end.
We'll wait till the end.
Yeah,
I mean, we're almost there, so I mean, we may as well wait till the end.
We'll wait till the end. But yes, it will be a continuing theme throughout my art, I like to think.
Okay, yeah, we'll put that in. Okay, so you know, you've said there's so much about your art and how you've been painting forever, and like that's really reflecting in like the quality of your work. It's absolutely beautiful. And there's something different about just buying art. Like I feel like, you know, with the modern age, we kind of went out of people appreciating art.
Yeah.
And then when people can see it doing it live, it's just such an amazing skill to appreciate.
I think a lot of people actually really enjoy getting to know the artist, so it's not just a picture, it also has a bit of a story behind it. And also I've had a few different clients who have said it's a conversation starter in their home. I mean, it's a nude body in their home now, and it's not crass or, you know, offensive to the conservative eye sometimes. I do a few pieces that would offend some. But I don't know, it's a way of engaging people, and if they have met me or at least gotten to know me a little bit through either my socials or seeing me on stage in my process, I think that just layers up the piece that they're buying. So it's not just buying an object, it's also buying a little bit of a story as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. You also mentioned briefly as well that you're a kink facilitator.
So I'm just a basic girly who loves to just explore, like pretty much any opportunity for me to learn. I'm very excited. That fills my cup, learning new things. So people like foot fetishes, that always fascinates me. And so there's definitely no judgment in that world. It's just tell me what it is that brings you joy about this and how we can navigate it if you want to navigate it together, and go from there. And 9 times out of 10, it's a really pleasant experience when you approach other people's joy or kink or, you know, sexual preferences in that light. It's just communicate to me and let me understand.
Okay. So are people coming to you with their kinks and you're doing their kink with them?
Well, it's not like as in professionally or anything like that. It's more so with my personal partnerships or like interactions. There has been like some professional ones because I have OnlyFans as well. So you obviously like, I mean, come on in today's world.
We're gonna have to put it in the app.
Yeah, please. That'd be great. Because my art actually lines up with my OnlyFans as well. So it's sort of the behind the scenes shots of my art and some other things. But but yeah, so
I have to sub to look.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, in today's world, who doesn't? But yeah, I don't know. I just find joy. Oh, go. No, it's a mess. But no, I don't know. I find joy in learning new things, trying new things, finding what I actually like in it too. Because I think it's just so easy to continuously do the same thing over and over in physical relationships or romantic partnerships, even friendships. So when someone brings something a little bit spicier or a little bit, you know, left field to the game, you're just like, all right, let's give that a crack, see what the vibe is. And sometimes you're like, that was fun, not for me though. Won't be doing that every time. And other times you're like, oh no, this is for me. And this is now something I need to do every time.
Before we wrap up and you tell us your announcement, you know, you articulate really well about your journey from being like mining to being an artist and like how that really like changed you. What would you tell people who are kind of like on that similar path? Like what advice would you give to them?
Obviously there's the romanticized version of, you know, follow your dreams and really believe in yourself. Delusion is the Salulu. In reality though, I was fortunate enough that I had the financial literacy to prepare and support myself. The reason I left mining was not a gradual reason. My mum passed away suddenly. And that was a real smashing point in my life where it completely broke me. And I was able to then pick the pieces I wanted to use to rebuild myself. Yeah. And like I said, I was fortunate enough to have financial literacy to save and invest and protect myself if I was to ever leave the industry. So it's not as simple as just quit your job and go. And like sometimes that works. Like if you're hungry enough, fight, like do it. But in today's world where everything is so expensive, you need to be smart and protect yourself, have a plan. And then that way you can focus on the art and you can actually put everything into it, because when I was mining, I didn't paint once. So leaving that and giving myself the mental space to actually be creative was massive. But I also, previous Steph protected future Steph.
Yeah.
And so I suggest everyone financial literacy and then chase
That's
it.
your advice.
Yes.
And speaking of art, if someone wants to buy a piece or commission a piece, where can they find you? Where do you sell your art?
Okay, so I have my website. So that is stephhurdy.art@squarespace.com.
And we'll put that all in the bios of the YouTube video.
Yes. But you can also just go to my Instagram at stephhurdy.art and everything there. So you can send me a DM to inquire about commissions. They start at $400 for a 30 by 30 piece. And
what's a 30 by 30 piece? What
so
size?
30
what
by
size?
30 is the same size as that piece of my
This one?
my boobs.
Okay.
Yes. So
So
that's
a
a 30 by
commissioned
30.
piece.
So that starts at $400, obviously not in print form. It's a stretch canvas and framed. And it goes up from there in size, can range up to in the thousands. It just depends what you're into. I have some really exciting commissions coming that are looking into shibari rope tie and suspension.
Wow.
And players with dom and subs. And it's just, I cannot wait. It's so exciting.
Amazing. And speaking of exciting, you have an announcement you wanted to make.
Yes, it was actually just
Yay.
confirmed this morning.
Oh, I love that. Fresh off the press.
I honestly was like, you guys need to get back to me because I'm going on a podcast and I want to announce this. So
Perfect opportunity.
yes. So at Steph Hurdy Art and Aussie Unicorn, so my girl Z, we will be coming to Sydney Sexpo.
Yay! Amazing. Are you guys you're gonna be doing your booth and the stage again?
Yes, so we're going to be doing our booth again, stage shows again. And honestly, I'm so thrilled. Like, it's, that whole, is it biting off more than you can chew, and I'm just biting.
Fuck
I'm
no. Just be hungry.
let's
Like you
go.
said, like the thing is, one thing that I wrote in my diary this month was the word for this month was hustle, because I knew Sexpo was here.
Yeah.
And you know what? It feels like you're biting off more than you can chew, but you're like, this is the time. This is the time to get on it.
And that's it. Like, it's that, that saying, like, when it's scary, that's when you jump. And I could play it safe and stay in Perth and just hope that my community can keep, funding this. But I want my art to be everywhere. Like, I have 2 pieces in New Zealand, which is cute. We love that. But I want my art all over Australia.
We'll take this shit international.
Yes.
You never know that. You'll never know. One day I'll be like interviewing a guest in like Vegas, and I'll just be in their living room, and I'll look up and there'll be one of your portraits, and I'll be like, oh, I know that artist.
I hope so. That would be incredible.
That's just how you manifest. You just got to visualize it.
Yes.
Just think it'll happen, and it will happen.
Oh, and it's just speaking it into existence, isn't it? Like, and it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're honestly very talented. I would not have approached
you.
you if I thought you were just some like, oh, have some random artist on the show. Like, no, I actually love the work that you've done. Thank you for coming on today and like sharing a little bit about your story and like your art pieces.
No, thank you. It's been so lovely to talk about it. Like, this is my baby. It brings me so much joy. So it's lovely to share that with you.
And honestly, guys, buy them.
Yes, please. That'd be
This
great.
one's like actually like I've been eyeing this off. I've been waiting till the end to show
yes.
it, but this is actually like very good.
So this is actually a print that's warped. So on the back here, you can see what the original piece
Oh,
looks like.
look, it comes with a free titty pic of her.
Oh, yes. You get a little free
So
semi-nude of me. Enjoy.
You have to buy it to see.
But yeah, no. If you hop on my website or my Instagram, you will see
I
all
love
these
the
pieces.
blue.
So this is a redo of my original nude that I did about 2 years ago.
Yep.
And then my favorite piece,
I like this one
which
as
is
well.
of the most incredible Polly Wigney. She's an OnlyFans creator based in Adelaide, but she's blowing up on the East Coast.
Did she have to stand like that for hours?
No.
Oh, thank God.
And that's also another thing for commissions. I take a photo. Like,
That's good to know, but I kind of
privacy.
I'm like, not gonna lie though, if I'm paying you $400, I kind of want to sit there with my
you want to
grapes.
sit there and watch it?
Yes.
Fine. You can come over and sit and watch.
I hope you guys stay safe, stay horish, and we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.